Alabata, and welcome to Eczema Phoenix, where we learn how to transform the way we live with eczema. So today I'm going to record my final traveling with eczema video for this time about my final destinations last year to Wellington, New Zealand and Bali, Indonesia, and how my skin did the final quarter of 2018 around I think September and October. I was back in Wellington, New Zealand, which was great. My skin was starting to normalize. I think my candida had pretty much disappeared, and I found it to be still pretty windy, but I was doing okay. And so there wasn't much to report in terms of Wellington. I was just in a better space after everything I had been through, if you followed any of my other traveling with eczema videos. But where things really turned and changed, and I hope this isn't too redundant or repetitive if you are a subscriber to my channel and have seen my other video on my spider bite infection saga, Bali was a different situation. It was like going to Fiji again, and I'll leave a link to that here and in the description down below if you'd like to sort of like compare notes. But yeah, Bali was humid. It was very, very like, it wasn't as heavy as Fiji, but it was, it just had a humid heaviness in the air. Found myself sweating a lot again. It was super hot the day I got there. It was ridiculously hot. I just felt like I was melting and like walking in an oven all day every time I was out. It was hard for me to enjoy. I was just reminded of how much I really can't take truly tropical weather. I thought, oh, because I'm I have island blood, I'm Filipino American, Filipina, born in America, I don't know, like I was missing the humidity, and to a degree that was true. Like I like the amount of humidity that's in Auckland, New Zealand. That's like really perfect. But the level of humidity that is in truly tropical countries like Indonesia and Fiji and the Philippines, and actually the Philippines wasn't so bad for me the last time I went, but Indonesia and Fiji have really kicked my ass, and it's just like, yeah, all the sweating, all that humidity just became its own extreme. And maybe, the first week I was okay with it, but once that end of the second week onward hit me, I was getting so itchy from sweating, and I couldn't stop sweating, and then I, had the spider bite, and the food options for tourists were not the healthiest again, like in Fiji. If you go to tourist spots in these tropical places, ironically, a lot of the food is Western food. Lots of sweets, burgers, fried food, fries, and the oiliness inside combined with the humidity outside making me sweat, and oily on the outside was just too much oiliness. Oozing happened. Because so much of the touristy food was sweet, like just I had a lot of sugar, crusting was happening again. It was not a comfortable situation. I also got sick, I think, my second week there, and that made things even more uncomfortable and stressful. Yeah, I mean, Bali is beautiful. Customer service is great. It was interesting for me particularly because I was obviously not a local based on what I was wearing. I was just wearing like Western clothes, but I look like the locals. Like Indonesian people look very similar to Filipino people, and they're just south of the Philippines. So, there's a lot of like, just people from both countries in the other countries. And so that was, interesting sort of to have a lot of confusion, like, other tourists weren't sure if I was local, and other locals weren't sure if I was a tourist or not. I mean, some of them could tell, but I think they, just because I look so much like them and their family members, they just, I don't know, sort of like, just sort of like double dutch, like, I don't know, how do I jump into this? How do I jump into talking to this person? That was just fun. I think moving forward with traveling, if I go to somewhere that is super tropical, I wouldn't want to stay more than a week for my blood, for my natural genetic makeup. there is a limit. I can enjoy it, but there is a limit to it. And I am happiest in a more humid environment, but not an extremely humid environment. I also don't want to be in a desert, and I also don't want to be in the Arctics or Alaska. I need somewhere temperate, somewhere very close to the home that I grew up in, San Francisco, that was an interesting and ironic discovery after all this traveling, trying to find my dream home and all this stuff. You know, I end up having to go back home to where I actually grew up in San Francisco in the Bay Area, and like the weather I'm in now at home is like quite perfect for me, and I'm the most comfortable I've been in a while. You know, if you've seen any of my, if you saw my Sherlock Your Skin video on environment, I think I was like on this road of like, you know, go back to your ancestral home and that's probably the weather that will be best for you. And I mean, you know, when I did go to the Philippines specifically, I actually was okay. But I think there have been other factors at play since then, and diet is a big part of that too. Yeah, it was sort of an ironic return home, coming full circle. It was forced, but perhaps it was meant to be. And everyone's different, and anything's possible. That's anything. If this is anything eczema has taught me, is like anything is possible when it comes to healing, but also many things can help you heal. So that was really short and sweet. I'm happy to be home now. I'm happy to have a steady home base. That's really helped with my eczema as well. Just that stability, consistency, reliability, and having places to put my things, and having a wardrobe that I can grow again and not worry about like tossing things out if it makes my luggage too heavy is really nice. I hope you found this informative, maybe entertaining, hopefully interesting to some degree somewhere in the video. Like if you like this content, subscribe if you'd like to see more. I'm also open to any requests, questions, or comments in the comment section down below. Thank you so much. Wishing you much healing, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.